Imagine waking up to a massive explosion that leaves no trace. Now let's take a journey back in time to the year 1908. Picture a serene summer morning in a remote area of Siberia, disrupted by a sudden, colossal explosion. This was not your ordinary blast, though. It was an event that would come to be known as the Tunguska event. In the blink of an eye, an area spanning 2,000 square kilometers was left barren and desolate. Millions of trees, once standing tall and proud, were flattened as though they were mere matchsticks. The very air seemed to tremble under the sheer force of the explosion, and the skies blazed with a light that could be seen hundreds of kilometers away. This was a catastrophe on a scale hitherto unseen. Yet despite the magnitude of the event, there was a peculiar absence. There was no crater to be found. Yes, you heard that right. An explosion of such colossal proportions, and there was no crater, no evidence of an impact. It was as though the explosion had occurred in the air itself. The aftermath of the event was a scene of silent devastation. The once lush Siberian landscape was now a graveyard of trees lying in eerily uniform radial patterns. The indigenous Evenki people were left in awe and terror, their lives forever marked by the event. For over a century, scientists have been intrigued by the Tunguska event. The lack of a crater, despite the vast scale of destruction, has led to numerous theories and speculations. Was it a meteorite, a comet, or perhaps something more exotic, like a mini black hole or an alien spacecraft? The question remains open, and the Tunguska event continues to be one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. A mystery that has puzzled scientists for over a century. What could have caused such a cataclysmic event? The most widely accepted theory is that of a meteoroid impact. Let's delve into this theory a bit more, shall we? It suggests that a meteoroid, a small particle from a comet or asteroid, was the culprit behind the massive explosion. This theory is backed by several pieces of evidence, one of which is the pattern of flattened trees. They were found radiating away from the epicenter, a characteristic seen in other meteoroid impacts. It's as if a gigantic cosmic hammer smashed into the heart of the Siberian wilderness, sending a shocking wave of force that knocked trees down like dominoes. Another supporting evidence comes from the soil itself. Scientists have discovered microscopic particles in the soil that closely resemble meteoric dust. These tiny fragments, scattered across the Tunguska region, are like breadcrumbs leading back to a cosmic intruder. But of course, every theory has its merits and its drawbacks. The meteoroid impact theory is no exception. Its primary strength lies in its ability to explain the vast energy release. It is estimated that the Tunguska event released energy equivalent to about 15 million tons of TNT. Now, that's an explosion. Only an astronomical event like a meteoroid impact can release such a tremendous amount of energy. However, this theory is not without its flaws. The most glaring one is the absence of a crater. Typically, a meteoroid impact leaves a visible mark on the Earth's surface, a sort of calling card from outer space. But in the case of the Tunguska event, no such crater exists. Additionally, there's a distinct lack of larger meteorite fragments usually found at impact sites. It's like an enormous puzzle with a few crucial pieces missing. Is it possible that we've got the wrong end of the stick? Could it be that the meteoroid impact theory, while plausible, is not the real explanation for the Tunguska event? So if it wasn't a meteoroid, then what was it? Another possibility is the comet impact theory. This theory suggests that a comet composed largely of ice could have been the culprit behind the massive explosion in Tunguska. The comet impact theory relies heavily on eyewitness accounts, which reported a bluish light streaking across the sky that fateful morning. This phenomenon could be attributed to a comet, as these celestial bodies are known for their icy composition and their spectacular tails that light up as they approach the sun. The comet theory's strength lies in its ability to explain the lack of a crater at the Tunguska site. Comets, due to their high ice content, have the ability to evaporate upon impact, leaving no clear trace of their collision. This could account for the absence of a traditional impact site, a mystery that has puzzled researchers for over a century. But like any good theory, it's not without its critics. One of the main drawbacks of the comet theory is the conspicuous absence of cometary residue in the area. Comets are not just made up of ice, they also contain dust and rocky material. If a comet had indeed caused the Tunguska event, we would expect to find some trace of this material. But extensive searches of the area have turned up nothing of the sort. Furthermore, while a comet's evaporation could explain the lack of a crater, it doesn't entirely account for the sheer scale of the devastation. The Tunguska event flattened millions of trees over a vast area of 2,000 square kilometers, an impact that suggests a force far more substantial than an evaporating comet. The comet impact theory, then, remains a tantalizing but unproven explanation for the Tunguska event. It offers some compelling arguments, but also leaves us with unanswered questions. As with any mystery, every solution seems to bring with it new puzzles. Could a comet have caused the Tunguska event, or is there another explanation? The search for answers continues. Some theories suggest the answer lies beyond our planet. Indeed, the enigma of the Tunguska event has led to a flurry of imaginative hypotheses, some of which dare to venture into the realm of the extraterrestrial. One such theory proposes that the cataclysmic event was the result of a miniature black hole passing through Earth. Proponents argue that such an anomaly could produce a colossal explosion without leaving any physical evidence behind. However, this theory is met with skepticism. The gravitational effects of a black hole, no matter how small, would have been far more catastrophic and noticeable than the events recorded in 1908. Venturing further into the realm of science fiction, another hypothesis suggests an alien spacecraft as the culprit. A spaceship, perhaps on a reconnaissance mission or in distress, could have disintegrated or exploded, causing the massive blast. This idea is certainly thrilling, evoking images of interstellar travelers and cosmic calamities. Yet it is but a speculative notion. The lack of any unearthly debris or other concrete evidence makes this theory a hard sell. Then there's the idea of an antimatter meteor. Antimatter, the mirror image of matter, annihilates upon contact with regular matter, releasing an enormous amount of energy. A small chunk of antimatter could potentially cause a blast like Tunguska, but here's the catch. Antimatter is extraordinarily rare in the known universe, and to find it naturally occurring on Earth is, let's say, highly unlikely. These extraterrestrial theories, while captivating, are often met with raised eyebrows from the scientific community. The dearth of solid evidence, coupled with the extraordinary claims, makes them less viable when compared to more grounded theories. Yet they persist, reminding us of the boundless curiosity and imagination of the human mind when faced with the unexplained. Extraterrestrial theories may be exciting, but they remain speculative at best, and so the Tunguska mystery endures, a testament to the wonders and enigmas of our fascinating universe. Over a century later, the Tunguska event continues to baffle scientists. As we've journeyed together through this perplexing mystery, a number of theories have emerged, each with its own compelling evidence. Firstly, let's recap the meteoroid impact theory. Many scientists believe that a meteoroid, roughly 60 meters in diameter, exploded in the Earth's atmosphere. This theory is bolstered by the fact that the explosion's epicenter was marked by millions of flattened trees, a pattern consistent with a shockwave from above. However, the absence of a definitive crater or meteoric fragments left many unconvinced. Next up, the comet impact theory, a tantalizing alternative. Advocates argue that a comet, composed primarily of ice, could have evaporated upon impact, leaving no remnants behind. This could account for the lack of physical evidence, yet the theory is not without its critics, who argue that a comet would have left noticeable amounts of water in the soil, something that has not been observed. Then there are the extra-terrestrial theories, which, while less accepted by the scientific community, certainly add a dash of intrigue. Some suggest an alien spacecraft caused the explosion, while others propose the idea of antimatter, or a mini black hole. While these theories certainly stir the imagination, they lack substantial evidence and are thus seen as unlikely. In the realm of ongoing research, scientists continue to study the Tunguska event, hoping to unravel its secrets. With advancements in technology, they are revisiting the site, analyzing soil samples and using satellite imagery to search for clues. The event holds great significance in understanding potential future threats from space, reminding us of the importance of monitoring asteroids and comets that cross Earth's path. While the mystery remains, the Tunguska event serves as a stark reminder of the power and unpredictability of the universe we inhabit. As we delve deeper into the cosmos, we can only wonder what other mysteries await us in the vast expanse of space.